I haven't been this excited for a comic in honestly a very long time. Ultimate Spider-Man 2024 is honestly just a breath of fresh air. Seriously. So before I explain a bit about it, spoilers, everybody, spoilers. Read this damn first issue for Spider-Man 2024. Ultimate Spider-Man 2024. Because it is much better than the current main run of the Spider-Man, frame, issue, whatever, right? It is just amazing. It is lovely. I love the first issue. Please, if you're a Spider-Man fan, just go ahead and read it. It is amazing. Alright, let's talk about this first issue for Ultimate Spider-Man 2024. So, essentially, the maker created a council of himself to use the Ultimate Universe as they wish to experiment and whatnot, but first they made sure that there is no heroes to exist at all. Either Howard Stark or Tony found this out. I don't know which one. I'm pretty sure it's Tony. Found this out and tried to undo it, but the Council of the Makers framed him for a terrorist attack that further changed the events of many heroes, including Peter's. The story honestly begins with Peter, who is 35 at this point, with his teen kid, young daughter, and his wife MJ at home. It transitions to Peter going to the Bugle, where Uncle Ben is alive and well, and is the vice editor-in-chief. I'm pretty sure, I heard vice editor in there somewhere, and not heard, read. And, for the most part, they left to a memorial service to honor the people lost in said terrorist attack. The person speaking was Catholic priest Matthew fucking Murdoch, which was pretty fucking cool. And then he introduced Harry Osborn, who doesn't know Peter since Peter moved into Ben's house after his parents were killed at the age of 15, and they didn't know each other. Harry made a big speech about the tragedy, and we find out that Norman and Emily Osborn were killed in said attack, or whatever it was that, killed them. And we learned that Aunt May, died in the attack as well. Cool thing though, Jonah Jameson and Ben are really good friends. So after they came back to the Bugle, and Jameson start talking to everybody who was in the meeting, I suppose. He quit after Fisk told the Bugle that they need to change what they're doing, and Jonah just didn't like it. And when Ben was offered up his job, Ben left too, and they went ahead to spearhead their own business, and they even tried to get Peter on it, offered him a job, which was pretty neat, pretty cool. And also Robbie, who is the eldest among the three of Jameson and Ben, of Jonah and Ben, he's now spearheading the new Bugle under Fisk, I suppose. So now back to Peter. So Peter would go ahead and go back home and would express his thoughts about the whole firing, the whole quitting of Ben and Jonah. And Ben and Peter had a whole discussion about responsibility, about how Ben is, his wife is dead, he just quit his job, he has nothing really left to live for, and Peter is a grown-ass man now, so he can do whatever he wants with his life. And then Peter hit him back with, well, I have a wife, I have kids, I have responsibilities, I can't just quit my job just to join yours. And Ben just hit him with the, hey, just do what you feel is right type of thing, type of shtick, which is, normally what Peter normally sticks to in the first place. So when talking to Peter, Peter would express a lot to MJ and express that he's been feeling something that's been missing his entire life, being fucking Spider-Man. And would open a package later on when getting a good old pep talk from MJ, who, when opening the package, how I would assume is young Tony or his son or whatever, right? Something. I didn't really care. The package had a communicator that had, I guess I'm gonna call him Tony, tell Peter what's been missing from his life, and give him a suit and a spider, a specific spider that would transform him into what he is meant to be, Spider-Man. So far, the story is pretty fucking good, pretty damn good. I love this angle, I really do. However, it is fun, but it could end up in a bad way if the writers don't fucking hold my man Peter. So I'm not trying to be a fucking downer, but if they hit Peter with the lacking in his responsibilities due to being Spider-Man and making his life difficult for him and almost, being stressed all the time, his relationships are being, put down in the shitter, and to the point of rupture, then I'm sorry, I'd be I'd be really fucking upset if that happens. Come on, dude. I want this man to be happy, but I feel like, that with this amazing introduction, they are going with a more fun, satisfying read that, that Peter will be happy. There might be some strain, of course. That's granted in a hero life, but not to the extent we see in the main continuity. Because oh boy, Jesus. But we're not talking about that right now. But now, seeing as many heroes are in different places in their life at this point because it's past 20 years, I want to see like what happens when they essentially awaken and will be entirely different, and things will be entirely different from what we know because it's basically 20 years ahead, right? So I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder if they're gonna mess with, like, the people's ages in this time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I will say though, Matt as a priest and Harry, of course, taking care of the family business was awesome to fucking see. And the Green Goblin that shows up, the suit, dear God, oh my God, that was fucking lovely. Mary Jane, like her art, like her character design, fucking stellar. I loved it. And the relationship she has with Peter, honestly, just so wholesome, so wholesome. That and the great grown-up relationship between Ben and Peter, awesome, just awesome, wholesome, just cool shit to see and read. Seeing Ben and Jonah as friends was awesome too, and starting a business together, that is something I'd love to see. And I wonder what they'll say about this new Spider-Man running around, right? And I also wonder where the story will begin to spin towards too, right? Will Spider-Man begin to meeting his his casual, his iconic villains one by one? Because it's been 20 years in the future, right? So a lot of his villains are in their 30s at minimum, right? The youngest is probably in his 30s minimum, and the eldest is probably Toomey, not Toomey. No, it is Toombs, right? It's Vulture. I always just call him Vulture. I never really go ahead and memorize his actual name. I just call him Vulture, the older guy. And yeah, like I wonder what they're gonna do there, right? So I wonder what these incarnations will be in this whole Ultimate Spider-Man, right? I think it'll be cool because the design for Green Goblin is already fucking baller. I want to see the other ones. And honestly, yeah, I'm fucking excited. I'm fucking stoked to read more into this whole universe, this new Spider-Man universe. I am excited. I am happy. I am just, dear God, like the fan in me is rising up. I'm literally awake right now because I'm excited. If I did not read that issue earlier today after work, I would have been in bed, passed out, right? But because of this energy, I have gone ahead and reviewed Echo Season 1 and made a video of it. It's up right now, so if you haven't seen it, go ahead. And well, it's definitely a Disney Plus show. That's all I have to say. But stay safe, stay healthy, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Later, guys. Enjoy your day, your night. Whenever you see this, just enjoy your day.